Not many people on this earth are spiritual. Yes, plenty are religious. They religiously follow their faith, they go to temples, they go to their church, they go to the mosque, but not many are spiritual. So what is the difference, and why are you the chosen ones, right? And you are the chosen ones. If you have even stepped onto this path, it means that you have been there before in many lifetimes to get to this point. Not everybody understands what it's all about, because it's all about returning to your source. The only time we seek intervention in our lives is when we can't handle it. Right? When things are going wrong, immediately you'll take any help that you can get, whether it's going to the temple or the church or spirituality or meditation, you'll do all of that. And as soon as you feel a little bit better, you forget about it. You forget about it. Most people will come to meditation or follow meditation if they have absolutely nothing else to do. I mean, they've exhausted every other possibility, the parties, the dropping the children, the food, going to the mall. One lady even told me she had to go shopping with her daughter, so she couldn't come. I'm sorry, I can't attend a workshop because I have to shop. It's a Sunday morning, I do the workshop once in 3 months, and that's the only day you picked to shop. It's just a question of what you feel is important. We take a lot of care. We take a lot of care to take care of what is outside us. Right? We spend a lot of time in the day taking care of all this that's outside of us. We'll go, get our hair done, get our nails painted the right color, put on the makeup, buy wands, Kanchana wands for our face. We'll do all those things. And we're all guilty, okay? We're all guilty. Without exception, we're all guilty of taking. And it's good. It's good. Why not? Why not take care of the way you look? Of course you must. That is an important part. But how about what's inside? That which is moving everything. You never ever pause to think that you need to take care of that so that all the rest can look beautiful. Do you know that when Yogananda passed away, the autopsy was done and then he was lying in state for 2 weeks. And the coroner said that his body did not degrade at all. It remained preserved because of the level at which he did yoga. The skin was still glowing, it was fresh, there was no smell coming from the body. Yoga preserves the body, the breathing and the energy preserves the body. When I was in Argentina, I met Indira Devi. She's the one who started, she was a Russian lady who learned from the master, Ayyar, and at the age of 85, she started the first school of yoga in Los Angeles, okay, at 85, right? By the time she got to, at 45 she learned and started, at 85 she got to Argentina. She spoke only Russian. Tiny little lady. She was 103 when I met her, 102 or 103, wearing a sari and her skin was just incredibly smooth and wrinkle-free. I have her photographs also. I've got photographs with her. And, she could touch her head to her, like flat out, like that. She went at the age of 102. It comes to certain people. People take care of what they feel is important. You take care of whatever you feel is. You're motivated to take care of that which you think is important. You only think about your inner self when things are going wrong. If you took care of that part of your life, things won't go wrong. See, this is a very simple truth that nobody understands, that nobody realizes. We had so many people that come here, oh, I don't have a job, I'm so depressed. Come here 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks till they get the job. And I'll see them next when they lose the job again. Right? It's very sad. It's a very sad thing. But I never lose faith. I never lose faith because the message will reach some that are ready for it. You don't waste your energy trying to persuade those that cannot be persuaded. It's an inner propulsion. I cannot make anyone do it. There's no force on this earth that can make you do it. It's an inner calling. When you are ready, you will do it. You will do it. I never lose faith. You see, the thing is, all my friends, I pester, regardless. In the hope, I keep bombarding that if you wear them down, they'll get it. And they'll escape their misery and they will get on the path. So I never give up with my friends or with the people I know. I keep at them. Do it, come, learn the breathing, stay with the meditation, come every week. Some do and some won't. Like I said, it's the last thing. They would rather pop hundreds of tablets, go and see psychiatrists and fall sick and see all the doctors that they have to do, rather than take these few simple steps to just keep a smile on their face. See, I know that this is not magic. Once you get on the spiritual path, it's not as if everything stops happening to you. It's just that you can handle it with a smile, with faith, courage and gratitude. You have the tools. You have that awareness. That's all it gives you. That's all it gives you. It brings you into surrender every moment of the day. So why is it that people don't like to spend time? Well, for one, it is too scary to come face to face with silence. Because as soon as you shut out the noise, then all those voices that are inside of you, that you don't want to listen to, that you've been pushing down, they start talking. You don't want to hear those things. You don't want to hear how scared you are of getting old, how scared you are of this person, how scared you are of that situation, how anxious you are about your job, how you fear this and you worry about that. See, we never face our anxieties because all through our life it is the ego. It is the ego that runs our life. And the minute you surrender on a spiritual path, and what I mean by surrender is not that you give anything up, or tell God, God, you rule my life. No. The minute you bring it all back to this moment, and accept this moment with no resistance, the ego is gone. Because the ego only functions with fear and anxiety. The no is paramount to the ego, saying no to what is. No, 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 no. This is not how you're supposed to look. You're supposed to be slim. You're supposed to weigh less than 120 pounds. You're supposed to have fancy hair and not this little bald patch that you're covering up. Right? You're supposed to have the fancy job. A housewife. Who cares for a housewife? What value does a housewife have? Nobody cares for you. You don't work. Seriously? You don't work. Oh, that's what the ego tells you all the time. It's going one by one. Your limbs are going. First it was your ankle, then it was your knees, now it's your shoulder. You're getting older. You know, that's the ego. The ego is continually telling you that it is not good. It is not okay. It is not fine. And that ego, you've gotten so used to that, having the ego as your friend, that when that silence comes, you see the ego as the enemy. And you can't handle that. You can't handle that because most often you're pushing down this voice that's telling you things are not wrong by just chatter. Television, video, Facebook, social media, all these things that occupy your time. And yeah, there are life cycles. When things are going good, things are going good. But then things take a turn. You meditate, you get on the path so that the down cycle doesn't completely crush you. Down cycles will come. In fact, for the last 5 years, I have been in a down cycle, yet can any of you tell that it's pulling me down completely? Because it isn't. It isn't. I have days where I'm down, but it is the spirituality, not only in me, but in my husband, in my children. And it is this ability to pull myself up and say, no, one day is good enough to mourn whatever you're mourning. One day is good enough to lament whatever you're lamenting. Then it's back to doing what has to be done, to surrendering to this moment. Things get better when you're on a spiritual path. You don't feel the pinch. It's like people, taking a medication, you start with you're seeing people around you and you're, having all kinds of companions and friends, and so they call you schizophrenic and they give you some medicine. And then for 2 or 3 weeks you feel like on top of the world and you feel great and you stop taking those medications. It's like that. And then it comes back. It's not a people, it's a whole army that's attacking you. Right? Meditation's like that. As long as you keep up with your practice, you're floating on the surface. You stop the practice, and all that entire army of people that's in your ego, they come back and they start talking to you. They start making you what you are, and when you cannot stand the suffering anymore and the misery, then you'll be back. Then you'll come and listen. Eckhart Tolle always says, he says, I never force anybody. When they have suffered enough, They will listen to me. Why are you waiting? Why must you wait for things to get bad? Make your children do this. Make your spouses do this. Make every person you know do it. Increase this circle of harmony and peace. We're surrounded by negativity, surrounded by it. The more you look around you, the more you see it. The violence, the hatred, the jealousy, the envy, the greed, the money, we're surrounded by it. How do you keep your balance in the midst of all this? How do you feel that your life is worthwhile? It is only by getting back to this center, to this source. You just have to do it regardless. Sometimes you don't see the benefits of doing something like this immediately. It's only after 5 years that you can look back on your life and say, wow, I've really come a long way. I have really come a long way. So yeah, this motivation, I cannot motivate you. Only you can motivate you. It's where you want to be. It's how you want your day to be. It requires a certain discipline. You know, just like you brush your teeth every day and you take a shower every day and you apply your makeup every day and you wear nice clothing every day. You do your breathing every day and you do your meditation every day and you watch a video or read a paragraph from a good book every day for what's inside. Because ultimately it's what's inside that propels and guides everything else. Everything else is dependent on this. If you don't feel good, you're worth nothing. You can have $1 million in the bank, but if you're not at peace, if you're not happy, if you don't have your health, what is there in your life? What is there? We're here for a very, very short time. 50, 60, 70, 80 years, whatever it is. It's over before you know it. And I can't believe I've reached this age. And I feel as if I'm still 10 or 12. I don't feel that I feel like it's gone by really, really fast. I have very little time. And I spent a lot of that time in ignorance, just not knowing how to handle my life. Just not knowing how to deal with my emotions, to deal with my relationships, to deal with what I thought was success and failure. And it wasn't till I started meditating that I woke up. And it changed everything. It changed everything in my life. Just made such a huge difference. Such a shift. Connecting deeply with everything around me. With everything inside. Once you connect within, you're connected so nicely to everything outside of you. And then there is this compulsion to tell people, please come, listen, this is a good movie, please come and watch this. I highly recommend it. Yes, some will come and some won't. Those that want to learn the secret to happiness will come to you. Will come to the path. Somehow. Through me, through millions of others are doing the same thing that I'm doing. And there are those that won't. And that's okay. They will live several other lifetimes till they're ready. And when they're ready, they will be here.